Ghana under 20 is our thing. So let me know what's going on with them. How far? When do they leave the country? All that.
Good. I like the fact that you said that the under 20 is our baby, because the stats speaks for us. History is on our side. You take out Nigeria, Ghana is the next most successful country. Nigeria with 7 titles. The Black Satellites have won 4. The last time
we have an under 20 World Cup.
The only African country
with
to
an
do
under
so.
20 World Cup. Yep.
The last time we won the U-20 AFCON was with Zito back in.
Charlie, they're tracking and getting free.
Yeah, man. In Mauritania, 2021.
Charlie. Mr. Tracking and getting free.
What I can say with regards to preparations and how Desmond has put this team together, I would want to say that I think they've had one of the best preparations heading into Egypt.
They've been to Pram.
Yes, They started campaign in January.
Okay.
In Pram, late January.
You were there.
Yes, I visited them twice in Pram. They did 2 sessions of screening. So first for trying to hunt new talents.
But people say that the talent they hunted,
yeah,
it is friends and family talent.
We'll get into that. I think why he did so, and I asked him that question, was because, after the African Games, when we won gold, he lost 9 to 10 players who left the team to do other things elsewhere.
I'm a fan of me.
Okay.
I'm a fan of me. I'm a
So coach will bring that side.
I'll handle that side.
So 9 to 10 players left, including Abdulaziz, who went to Barca Athletic. So he had to try and put together another team, and he did so. So the team participated in the WAFU Championships, where we lost to Cote d'Ivoire in the finals. We played that game in Togo, I believe. And so, the team was on a very good path. Now, what I want to say with Desmond, based on my interactions with him a lot of times, is that this is somebody who knows his stuff. I like him for the understanding of the football. I like him for the kind of job he's taken up his sleeves. I like him for he understanding that he has to wear the shoes of the late Fredo Sandredu, who first won the title in 1993. Giuseppe Dosena did so in 1999. Coastal Aesthetic came in and did so in 2021. And so he has to replicate that. He knows that, look, it's a big job. It is a big job. And I was saying on Football Made in Ghana that it is one thing to speak lavishly or speak big words, and it is the other to go on the pitch and let your talking
manifest into actually action.
Good. Let the pitch do the talking for you. And if I would want to go with the latter, is that I think we've seen that with what Desmond has done with the African Games and the WAFU Championships. If you've paid a particular attention to the Black Satellite, they don't just play football. You can actually see Desmond's identity in that team. It's a similar thing with what we saw with the under-17 with Lai Kinson. And then it backfired when we thought that marriage would have been a good one for Ghana's under-17 side. All right. Now, we are going back to a country where we last won the World Cup in 2009. There was CAF had to do a redraw of the groups because Cote d'Ivoire withdrew from hosting because of some other reasons best known to them. And so now we've been paired with Senegal, Central African Republic, and then DR Congo. We're taking on DR Congo first. Now,
like a very tricky group.
For the uninitiated, we played Senegal in the African Games in the semi-final at the Accra Sports Stadium. We beat them by 1-0. The last edition in 2023, Senegal was there. We were sleeping at home. And if we want to look at year 2024, Senegal, I think, remember, Senegal won everything.
In the calendar, I mean,
with regards to CAF hosting from the under-17 all the way to the beach soccer. Now,
that's crazy.
If you want to look at DR Congo and Central African Republic, I think these are the two countries who have now come to understand that juvenile football, the grassroots football, is now a big part of developing whatever you have to do. So these are not like your household names when it comes to the under-17. And I'm saying so because if you look at the last 4 years when it comes to the under 17 and under 20, watch the particular trend of countries that get to the semis or the finals. It's either Mali, Burkina Faso, Morocco, Senegal. Maybe you want to put Nigeria in there. South Africa, they've also grown. So I think that it would be a difficult test. Now, they left Ghana last week, Saturday.
Okay.
Yesterday, they played Kenya. It ended 2-0 as part of their friendlies. Before that, they played Zambia. They lost to Zambia 2-1 in a friendly. That is why it takes me back to the initial point that I think that the FA have given this team one of the best preparations I've seen. I think that they've given them one of the best preparations I have seen. Now, coach talks about players who were above 20.
Yeah.
I dug into that team. You know what is shocking? Up to now, we've not released the squad.
Tournament kicks off when?
The tournament kicks off on April 27. We are playing on May 2nd. And I stand
Today
to be corrected.
25th.
I stand to be corrected.
25th.
Look, I'm working on something.
Yeah.
So I have been checking on the FA's site to see if I will see the squad. And you see, I'm privileged to know because
you've been working with it. You've been to Pram. You've done like
exactly. So I have a fair idea of
who probably will make
who will make the 25-month squad. And I think last week, if you monitored what was happening on X, there was this young chap sporting the jersey number 10 that it had everybody talking. Michael Amar, who is apparently the son of Ibrahim Muhammad.
Is it his son or his nephew?
Well, I saw son.
Well, according to the publications we've seen, they say it's
yes.
son.
So
My research says
it is a nephew.
it is the sister's son.
So let's just say related.
Yes, good. And I've had people asking me that now we don't go play tournament. Why have we not published the squad? Why don't we know who is making that squad? And like I said, when I checked that squad, I saw 2 players in that squad that played under Zito in Mauritania. Aaron Essel.
Okay.
And Ofori Makati. Coach, you remember that player?
I remember those 2.
Yes, Ofori Makati. Ben, you remember him?
I remember him, pal.
He was always wearing the jersey number 3, and I think that's the same number he's wearing because the friendlies they played, he was wearing that same number.
That was 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
No, but still, I made 20.
So Ofori Makati was 15 years
At that time.
16, 17 then?
Yeah, at that time.
18?
Yes.
Because
well, I don't want to go into that, but what I just want to say is that I think if I'm to understand why they are in that squad, Desmond has done so based on experience. Okay? He would want to put in those squad in there. And talking of experience, Fatal Salifu, who is the assistant Desmond now, was the assistant to Karim Zito. So he's part of that tech team.
Experience. You said a lot. Let me ask you 2 things.
Okay.
Based on what you've watched from our team and based on what you know about the other teams, what realistically are our chances?
Look, non-negotiable. Desmond has to qualify the team to Chile.
So semi-final minimum.
Yes, because the top 4 represents Africa at the Under-20 World Cup. And what is interesting is that, the groups are 3.
Yeah.
Group A has got 5 countries, Group B 4 countries, Group C 4 countries. The top 2 of each group automatically qualifies to the quarterfinals. Now we'll pick the best 2 third-place teams to join the 6, making 8 for quarters. I'm saying that non-negotiable because, look, we cannot afford to miss out on the World Cup again.
We went to the last World Cup.
Yes, it is non-negotiable. You are talking about a team and the only African country to win the Under-20 World Cup. Do you know why Zambia and Kenya will play us in a friendly? Because we've got pedigree, we've got class. Which other African country can hit its chest and say that, look, we went to Egypt and bowled?
Okay.
So I think that I'm looking forward to the team getting to the semis.
Minimum.
And I'll be very disappointed. I'll be disappointed because I think Desmond should be able to do a very good job in Egypt.
We have the players for it.
Yes.
Okay. Let me take one more opinion on this and then we will roll it forward. I don't know if Prof wants to have a crack at this. Under 20, Desmond Affair. Biggest news is that the squad is still not released. A few
shocking.
weeks, less than 2 weeks to the tournament.
I hope that Desmond.
Before Prof. But you know the number of Dreams FC and Heart of Lions players in the team. You are not being fair.
No, hold on. He can't.
Good.
He can't speak to that because there is no official list to scrutinize.
Yes.
No,
so you can.
The one you were
can,
watching, those how many of them?
No, from the one I'm watching, that's what Ben is saying. I can't say
You can't say that
because
player
the
A
official
or B.
squad.
Prof, you
The official squad is not.
It is. You see, it is possible.
No, because you understand that, right?
I understand where Gab is coming from.
It is possible that they will put out the list and those players might not be in.
See, let's
It is possible.
Let's
That's
not
what I'm saying.
let's not be surprised.
But you see, the truth of the matter is that the under 20 is the bedrock of Ghana football and its development. If you are looking at the Black Stars, so you see, you can talk about the 2001 squad that went to Argentina and won silver. They formed the nucleus of the Black Stars that went to the African Cup of Nations in 2002.
2001 was that where we
That's
played
the
Saviola and
Martinez
the Alexandro and Co.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. So that's you know, the Derek Boatens of this world, the
Yeah.
John Pinsels, John Menses, and all those things. They formed the nucleus and they qualified us for our first World Cup.
Yeah.
You see, so and then you are looking at the 2009 squad. It started at the under 17 in 2007. And then we graduated a few of the players, Abeku Kwanzaa, you know, and
Ransford
Osei,
Osei, Dominic Edia.
Dominic Edia was added, and Dede Ayew and all the others went ahead to go and win the World Cup, you know, in 2009. And that squad that moved on to the Black Stars, just say till
2 decades. They is still literally in the team.
Dede is still literally
2 decades.
2 decades. Now, since then, we did not qualify until Atizigi squad. That was 2015.
No, how about the 2013 one?
Yeah, 2013 one.
2013
Yes.
qualified.
For the Boajes squad.
Clifford Abuaje squad, and then later 2015 too, we qualified. You see, but we didn't really make headway with that team because at that time the Black Stars was still doing well, and the Ajimambedus and all the others were still around. The Wakasus were still around, so we couldn't really push. We didn't really have that. What's it? The courage to push some of these players into the. I mean, a player like Seydou Salifu had a fantastic tournament, you know, in 2013, and you know there was clamor that look.
That was in Turkey, isn't it?
Yeah, Turkey. Yeah, but I mean, there was clamor that pushed him in that Black Stars in 2014 for the World Cup and let him go and learn and all those things. The courage was not there to do that, like what Milo did for us in 2009 and 2010. You understand? So since then, we haven't really, under this administration, we won the 2021 edition.
Yeah.
But 2023, you know, and ongoing. I mean, we have not really been able to cut it.
Dipped. Yep.
I mean, I think it was rather 2019, the 2019 one that we did well. You know,
Karim
the
Zito.
the Karim Zito one was 2019, correct?
The COVID season.
Yeah, the COVID season. So 2021 we didn't qualify. 2023 we were not there. I think, look, of all the national team appointments, the coaches, right? Desmond Ofe is about the best appointment that this executive council has done. There's no two ways about that. Watching his presses, you know, watching how he explains himself. I mean, I was disappointed that he was appointed as the assistant coach of the Black Stars.
I think it takes away his attention from this team.
I think that it showed an executive council that lacked vision. If I were the executive council at the time, what I would have done was to make him my Jose Peckerman, my Victor Poya in Uruguay. Let him see to about 3 or 4 cycles of under 20 players, and then now you can now give him the Black Stars job. Now, when you give him that Black Stars job, those players who would have gone through will be his boys, so they will listen to him, they will pay attention. But I think that we have rushed him with that appointment. It's very disappointing for me. But I think that Desmond's job is cut out for him. One of the things that he would have to show us is that he has balls not to allow anybody to dictate to him.
That's not going to happen. So let's move it on.
Well, he has to show that he has balls.
That's not good to
I'm
happen.
saying that he has to show that he has balls.
That's not good
The
to happen.
point is that whether it's going to happen or not, I as an analyst, as a pundit, one of the things I want to see is that he has to show that he has balls. One of the things that I'm telling him, that he has to show that he has balls and select the players he believes they can go and do the job for him. Look, we have had situations where under 20 chairmen have gone on their knees and they have begged coaches. That coach, I deal with the member. I mean,
Laye Kese has just left a job where everybody thought he was doing well because
with this begging, the coach was so stubborn that he was not prepared to listen to anybody. I don't want to mention his in 20
mention his name.
No, I'm saying that in 2013, literally they wanted, this is halftime. They wanted one of the players to be changed because obviously everybody was seeing that he was not doing well. But the coach wanted the player to play. They had to go to the dressing room, literally begging the coach for that change to happen. You need such stubborn coaches to be in the system.
Who was coach in 2013? I'm going to know.
It was still Bobo.
It was still Bobo. I mean, look, you need such stubborn coaches. The coach is good. You know you can't do any. Look, this one, there's no way they can do any. He is about the best coach they have ever appointed since they took office. He's the best of all the appointments they have made. So I think that he has a trump. But if he was not good, they wouldn't appoint him as assistant coach. So this is the time for him to put his foot he should put his foot down and ensure that these are players who can go out there and do the job for him and for Mother Ghana, because if he gets the job, if he qualifies us for the semi-finals and we go to the World Cup, it's a big platform for him to further cement how good he is. It's very important. And for me, look, the under 20 is so important that we cannot afford to be joking with it, because we have joked with it, and that's how come we have had to go around begging players to come and play for the Black Stars and all those. It's because we have joked with the under 20. If we take this one serious and qualify, I think that the sky will be the limit, because clearly this is a coach who also doubles as the under 20 assistant coach of the Black Stars. Therefore, a lot of these players will be pushed. I hope that they will give him the free hand to do his job, to do his selection. But now that the squad 2 is not out, it's quite problematic. I hope there will be no shenanigans.
I just want to say something small. The GFA, which claims to be the most transparent sporting organization in the country, doesn't seem to be very transparent, because something as simple as a squad list. No one is even asking budget cry.
Squad
They've
list.
been misbehaved. We not see now. We're not even asking for budget. Squad list to know the players who are there, so that we can even have an idea of what we are going to do our research. Come on, like just basic standards and decency. That's all we're asking.
We are just about a week from kicking off our own game.
Forget about our own game. The tournament is starting
on the 27th.
Yes.
2 days from now.
And we are playing on the 2nd.
Oh, how can we do this? No, I think
it is, Graham. You see, the truth is that it is clear. This is an FA that doesn't want this list to be scrutinized. That's all. That's why they will do it.
See, once we see the players, we'll scrutinize. Why? We won't see the players play.
They want to do you once, like the list will drop the day before they will play the game or something.
But
so
by now, they should have released the list.
That's what they are doing. By
now, we should have had the list now.
We should have been discussing
it today.
Why?
Don't worry. We'll do it. We'll do the next Panorama. We don't mind.
Let me just say something about this. Then we move it on.
Yeah.
This is why if you fail, no amount of explanation will save you.
Yep.
Because you are doing things with gross disrespect and against the norm. This is against the norm. If you go to the CAF website as we speak, the other teams, their list is there. So you cannot be so unique, or you cannot form your own island
and be doing your own thing. Yep.
Abusa. We don't care whether you speak or not. This is what they've done it with Otuado. They've done it with him. So they see that, you see, if you tickle yourself and you begin to laugh, that laughter will not last. It is just a temporary way of laughing. And therefore, you begin to feel the full force of it. For me, I'm concerned because of the coach. He's somebody I admire, somebody I like, somebody I appreciate so much. And when I see things like this happening, I am compelled to believe that the man is not on his own. So like you rightly said, he doesn't have the balls.
If the national
because knowing Ofe,
if the national team head coach is being
he won't
dictated,
hide anything
no.
if he knows what he's doing is right.
No.
Knowing him,
Yeah.
he will not hide anything. And Ketokreku knows it. Prosper Addo knows it. The people at the ESCO, they know that if you leave Ofe to do his job, there will be absolutely nothing to hide. Because he will go strictly by what he demands and requires. Those who fit into the way he wants to do his things, they are those who release. My church tells me that. Maybe Gabi will not say it. That even do all the training session, there's no more than 4 Dreams FC players in the team. You have 4 to 5 Dreams FC. So definitely, out of that 25-man list, you expect a minimum of 3 or 4 of them to be there.
Vision FC Kakra.
Vision FC Kakra. Heart of Lions Kakra. You have to stop this nonsense. You see, they are Ghanaians.
This one reminds me
If
of
they are
Afro
good
Jonathan.
enough, if they are the best in their position, why are you hiding there? Why are you hiding? That is the problem. Why are you hiding the list? So when you do all these things, the only means of justification is what? Qualification. Isn't it? If you qualify, then we all come here and we praise you.
I won't praise them.
But when you don't qualify, nobody should be picking the call and to be calling some of us that. Oh, first, so I'm telling you, I know you are listening to the program. Whether you are in Ghana or in Morocco, this is a program you listen to.
But it's in Egypt.
He's in Egypt.
Egypt, wherever, he knows. We are telling them,
By this time it's 9:37. They are asleep.
oh, he's listening. He's my friend. He listens. Even at dawn, he will listen. If you take him to South America, he
You
will
do
listen.
playback.
If you take him to Asia, he will listen. Everywhere, he will listen. What some of us are saying that we support you to succeed. But when these things are happening and you don't succeed, don't come back. For me, I will always respect Laia Kingston, and that is forevermore. Maybe under this administration, he will not work with them. But the next football administration,
Yeah.
which will not be Ketokreku, it will be somebody else. If there's any, if you've got interest at heart, coaches like Laie are the people you should encourage to come around our national teams, because it is about the principle. It's about what is required. If you meet what is required, you are part. If you don't meet, you are out of it. We wish the team that I will not sit here because of my friend Ofe and because of the love I have for my country, Ghana. This is what guarantees the future of the Black Stars for the next 10 to 15 years. So I wish the team the very best. I want them to succeed.
Yep.
I can only hope that what they are doing that is against the norm is the right
And you see,
thing for
like,
the team.
and I like that last statement you and Prof have both alluded to. This is the team that feeds the Black Stars for the next 15,
Yes,
20
so you don't dilly-dally on it.
When you look at all the proper footballing nations, if you look at even this England national team, right?
Where
if
from
they,
4D and
if they
co.
take a group picture, just go back in time 10, 15 years ago.
Even 5 years ago.
Good, you notice a lot of them were in the
played in
under,
the other
under 15s, and like
Yes.
they were all there, and they've all graduated up to
You
this
see,
point.
about the young man, just my last point about the young man. The one we are told is the nephew of the president's
Michael Amar.
brother. What's the name again?
Michael Amar.
Michael. Me team me try Ghana. Me try
He
boy.
plays for what's the name? Nice Ibrahim
Yeah.
Sporting Club.
Where are they?
Well, that's a Division 2 club.
Division 2.
Yes, a coast club. They are in Accra. I am not too sure. I think Medina or somewhere like that.
Jesus Christ. You see, if he is that good,
No, but he was not born here.
I'm coming. Senepa problem.
Okay.
I'm speaking French.
Oh, but he's good.
He's good
Oh,
actually.
no,
I've
Yeah,
seen,
he's good. He's good.
I've seen,
But
one of
easy,
them.
but easy.
Many
No,
match,
I'm-
Arrête,
good.
arrête,
That's what I'm saying.
arrête.
Look, I
Many
even made
good.
this point on Football Made in Ghana that you can't judge a player based on what you
No,
see in the
listen.
training session.
We should be able to track.
But you
We
We're
should be able to
talking
track his
about
game.
national team. It's
Yeah,
about
so
national team.
you-
So we should be able to track his game.
Yeah, that's
Can
good.
you track that?
No, we can't.
We can't.
Yeah.
And to
We
be
can't. Say what you
But
want
I
to
was
say.
going to say that to be fair to coach, if a player is in our system and he's going to under 20, we would
should
have seen him
We
for
should
a
have
while because we do things under 17, under 15.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of organized football going on at various youth levels. So you would have seen the
No,
player.
but I mean, I'm not going to hold brief for him. I'm just saying I've spoken to people who have watched him play, and they say he's a decent player.
see-
Man, it's not.
you see.
Let's you see. There's hold on, coach. There's the tendency to quickly say he's getting in because of A, B, and C, which is
No,
those
those who say
which
that,
is there.
they will not be far from being.
That's what I'm saying.
Is it-
That's what I'm saying.
Ben,
but
That
then
is
again,
why.
is he
what,
good enough?
What would have erased that is what we are talking about.
Yeah.
We should be able to track
Track
something
the
about
performance.
it.
That's fair.
But
And-
just quick one.
and-
You cannot just fall down from the
Yeah.
moon.
And,
Wait.
and quickly,
You can't just fall down
see-
from the
you see
sky.
quickly.
You can't just crack out of an
Ben-
egg.
And that's why I agree
Ben,
with
you
coach
are-
because you
Ben,
see,
Ben, you see-
people watch football, people watch youth football,
Yeah.
people have an idea of
No,
who
no,
their talents
look,
are.
like Gabby said, we are the only team to have won the World Cup on the continent. No, Jema, I swear you, Jema. We don't play there. It's not a playground.
You
Fair.
see,
It's
you see-
serious business.
Ben, quickly, you see, this is a national team.
Ah!
We are going to spend
Japan,
the
they bought to-
taxpayers'
Akara,
money.
we need to our
We
point.
are going to spend taxpayers' money on the team.
Honorable Kofi Adam,
You see-
under 20, I'm a budget.
Exactly. So
no
you
ebako.
see, you see,
Yeah, fit out the use watch card, no ebako.
this is where you are concerned that this is where the ministry and the NSC come in. They become the bridge. So at this point, what is the minister saying about the list not being out?
You mean the squad
Be-
list?
exactly, because you see, the point is that this is a team we have hoping that it will be a very good team that will graduate to go and play the Olympic. Look, since 2004, we haven't played the Olympic. Black Beaters are not qualified.
You see, I'm
You
always
understand?
telling you,
So-
of all the national teams, this is the national team I support.
It's so
I support the
crucial.
under 20 even more
It's-
than I support the Black
It's
Stars.
so important because it is the future of Ghana football. It's the future of the Black Stars.